Welcome, welcome. Get rid of that. Eric Arnold here in the Sports Barn Monday evening. What is it, November 2nd, the election eve. We're going to do our quick sports weekend recap video, get that out of the way. Then I got a special politics video I want to do and get that up right after it. One much more important than the other. All right, since I think only Rusty Hall watches these recap videos, let's move quick. This has been a crummy weekend. Look, if I were you, I would just fade. And for you uninitiated politics people that happen to stumble onto this, fade means bet against. In other words, whatever I say, do the opposite, because I can't pick any winners to save my life. Let's see, we had the Panthers, loser, South Alabama. Seems like that was a close game, and South Alabama just fell one touchdown short there, so we lost that. This one was never close, which was very irritating. It was the opener for Colorado State, and again, these openers, you have no idea what you're getting, especially this year. And I guess Colorado State found somebody off the street to play quarterback because he was horrible. And it was an easy win for Fresno. I was expecting, honestly, Colorado State to be a little more physical, considering you're catching Fresno State on a short week and you're fresh, and didn't matter. Minnesota, never in it. They won the game, I think, but these guys were down something crazy, like 21-0 to a 20-point underdog. Bad loss. Tulsa, never in it. There's another loss. What is that, 5 in a row? Wyoming, a weather game. Look for that. There's some free advice. That's one of my only angles that I feel comfortable with that actually works. Those weather games, those warm weather teams going into the mountains or up into the upper plains, or it's bitter cold. You don't get them that often, but when you do, you need to be looking at the cold weather team. So that was one of our only wins. Here I threw the plan aside and was rewarded with a winner. These rivalry games, I guess I got to work on that somehow. Teach the model that 24 points in a rivalry game is not the same as 24 points when Michigan's playing, Southeastern Bessemer State or something. Syracuse, they're not good. Wake Forest beat them up. We got a W there. And then another parade of losers. I think I just simply expected San Antonio to play well every week, and that's probably a team that's not deep enough to do that. So that was now. Once again, we're on the wrong end of the seesaw with West Virginia. We played against them, and they beat us. Fine, it's like another team I can't get right. Well, what can you do here? This is one where it's just bad luck, where we said, take Clemson. And then, no more than 3 hours after those words are out of my mouth, Trevor Lawrence is out with the coronavirus. So they played a backup. Needless to say, they didn't cover. Coastal Carolina, look at those guys. They're just crazy. They're crazy. That team just wins every week. They're undefeated. They won like 51-0. Like crazy. Little water boy, as Scriber X calls him, he gets it done. He's got a good team, a good year going there at Cincinnati. The Purdue game, that was a tie. I have no idea why we picked Temple, and I guess it shows because they lost like 38-3. I guess it's not funny, but Georgia, not enough to get it done with the big line on the road. They won, but not by enough. Rice, that was a winner. Notre Dame, again here, I play these look-ahead games. Maybe I should be playing them the other way, like you would play them in the pros, where you fade that team looking ahead to the big game. In college, I'm playing it like we're going to get up and crush this team in, readiance for the big game. Well, it hasn't been working, so that lost. Iowa, they got a big trouble there in their locker room. That's a loser. LSU, maybe this is a Bo Pelini thing. These guys used to be good, won the national championship, probably the best team I've ever seen. then they lose. I don't know. I'm gonna blame Bo Pelini. You know, we're not gonna say it's the fact they don't have Joe Burrow or Hillier or who were some of the others. Jefferson is that the receiver. Cushenberry, was he the center? All those great players. I'm gonna blame Bo Pelini. I mean, because my God, they're giving up like 50 points a game sometimes. What's going on here? They get crushed by Auburn. I mean, Auburn. Gee. Anyway, it's a crazy year. UABL, we guessed right here with Texas that you know, the Big 12, they just seem to have an ability not to produce that undefeated team to break into the playoffs. So Big 12 probably out of the playoffs again. Boise State Air Force, they got trouble till they find a quarterback. Charlotte, I have no idea there. That's just another L. Nick Saban just piling it on an SEC opponent, 41-0 there. Yeah, I'm going to pat ourselves on the back with that one. One of the only top plays we got right, if you can believe that. Ohio State, much the best against Penn State without fans. There's no way we would have beaten those guys that easily if they had their people there. Again, that's a compliment to you guys up there at Happy Valley. That place is a much tougher place to play when you got 100,000 people there screaming at you, telling you what a jerk you are. Arkansas, they're having a really nice year. They get the cover. Florida beating Missouri. Missouri coming off that big win. They couldn't replicate it. North Carolina, they take the L. You know, that's another team I haven't gotten right all year. I'm disappointed about this one. I really thought Lafayette was going to just pound Texas State, and they just kind of, you know, they just kind of beat them, but not by very much. And then BYU, you know, they get it done late night, scoring lots of points. They've been one of the more reliable teams against the number all year. So really crummy weekend. I mean, I think it was in the order of like 12 wins and 18 losses. It's embarrassing. I don't know what else to say. I don't know. I blame the virus, I guess. I got no other excuse. Pros were not terrible. You know, I mentioned we missed the Thursday night game. Sunday, the Patriots winner. You know, he's 2-5, but he did get the cover. He pulled out all the stops, and I think he was standing there on the sidelines saying to himself, all right, now this is the point where we punch it in here at the end. We win this game. Now we're 3-4, and we go from here and make a run at this thing. And then Cam Newton fumbles, and Bill Belichick's just saying, damn, I mean, boy, that Tom Brady guy, I mean, he was a pain, but man, I wish he was back here. You know, I'm sure he was thinking that. So they lose the game, but covered spread. The Chiefs were unable to go back-to-back weeks to cover. I thought they were going to get it done there. It was such a huge line. And the Chiefs scored 3 times. Or I shouldn't say the Chiefs. They scored a hell of a lot more than 3, didn't they? The Jets scored 3 times, but, you know, you just couldn't get it in the end zone. And, you know, if any one of those had been a touchdown, I think, would we have covered? I guess we would have. Yeah, so we were close. The Dolphins, we guessed right there. That's a team that's getting better. The Browns. I mean, the Browns and the Raiders. It's almost like flip a coin. You know, what team are you going to get? Are you going to get a good team? Or are you going to get a bad team? Well, we got, you know, the Raiders played half decently and the Browns played terribly, and we had the wrong team. We were right about the Steelers. They continue to play really well. The Bears, boy, they look terrible. I mean, Troy Aikman was having a field day. He was just killing that team. I'm like, come on, man. This is my man, Nick Foles. Please stop killing Nick Foles here. He's doing the best he can while he's running for his life. But the Saints are just way overrated, I think. That team is overrated. And the Bears get the cover, but they lose by a field goal. I still think the Seahawks are your best team in the NFC. And then we were in the right place on this Sunday night game, my God. You know, it's late in the game, and the Cowboys are down. What were they down? 12, no, 9 points, I think, or 8 or 9 points. I think it's 9. I'm going to say 9. So they're driving for what would be a meaningless touchdown, and for the life of me, I honestly don't remember what the score was. So the Cowboys, it's late in the game, 5 minutes left. Cowboys driving down the field. The clock is ticking down. I'm thinking all we got to do is not have a defensive score against us and we win. And when you know, it's exactly what happened. Get a sacked fumble. There's a dispute on when the ball was possessed. The announcer saying that shouldn't have been a touchdown. The ref said, well, I disagree, it is a touchdown, and we lose. So we were in the right place. It just, the Eagles played awful. The Cowboys played hard. It just didn't happen. So, L. So I think we went, what, 5-4 Sunday? No, that's not right. 5-3 on Sunday. 5-4 football-wise for the week. Now with the Monday night game, I forgot to tell you that we got a Monday night pick here. I'll put that in the title so you know it's coming. Monday pick. Let's see. That's Tom Brady. Here, let me stand here so we blot out the sun. And the Giants. And I think the Giants are 13 at the moment. It might be 12.5 where you're at. I'm going to say 13 just because I'm losing and I need every advantage. I don't know. I don't know what else to do but take the Giants. I mean, I'm going to regret this because I just have a hunch that the Buccaneers are starting to click and they can really hang a lot of points on people. And the Giants are bad. The Giants are bad. I mean, but, name the one team that Tom Brady has dumped 2 Super Bowls to. Exactly. And not the Eagles, it's the Giants. It's the Giants. So we're going to take the Giants for 2 stars here. Buccaneers looking ahead to massive matchup next week, the New Orleans Saints. That's how we'll play this. 13 points. We have been cashing some tickets here lately with the Giants. I know they're terrible. I know their quarterback can't run more than 80 yards without falling down. They're somebody told you that they're not the Jets, and by God, they're not the Jets. So that's how we're going to play that. So there you have it. Now, I want to get to this political video. We're going to get that up right after this one. And we got some actual hard breaking news that you're not going to hear anywhere else but here in Sports Barn. So stay tuned for that. Let's go Giants. Let's go Trump. See, Trump 2020. I mean, it's not a secret. Let's all be friends on Wednesday. Let's not all hate each other when this is over. I say that if I lose, I'll be grumpy, but I won't hate you. How's that sound? Can we all be friends? Signing off. Let's go Giants.